make this beautiful card in a shabby chic style. It is easy, fast, and it makes to be a really sweet and different type of card. As you can tell, there's all kinds of little doodads, and you can't miss a card like this. It's very warm and inviting. So let's get started. It's very quick. I'll pull up my board right here. Sorry for the glare up there, but I'm going to pull back a bit my camera so you can see it a little better. And this is the card that I made. I really, really like it. I like the colors. I like everything about it. And what you'll need for this one is you're going to need, obviously, a card base. Okay, your typical card base. Your card front, as like this. You're going to need another layer of whatever type of cardstock designer that you have. And normally the Shabby Chic is in a little bit of a pastel. So not a little bit, it's usually pastels or just a tad darker than really, really light. So whatever you have in your stack. I just picked up a couple of ribbon that I had in my stash. Bits and pieces, little flowers that I have. But you can use, this is flowers that I have, but you can use the, even the dollar store flowers will go well with this. And this is just leaves that I cut out of Spellbinder's Timeless Hearts. And this is just a piece of greenery that I had, that I cut out of a piece of cardstock. So let's get started here. What you're going to need also is, you're going to need, I've used oxide paint. You can do whatever you like. This is what I enjoy working with at this point in time because I have it, but you can use any colors that you wish coordinating with your cardstock. So what I'm going to do for this one is what I like to do, because when you're blending, your paint gets all over your fingers, and it drives me crazy because then I go to grab my card, especially where I'm working with white, and it's all over my fingers. So I'm going to use some typical painter's tape, and I run it on top of my fingers like this. It's really simple like this, so I can hold my card and not get my card all full of ink. So I'm just going, oops, wrong side. I'm just going to start with the oxide ink and work my way around my card. There's no right or wrong for this. It's just a matter of how do you like it when you get to a design. Now what I'm using on this one is iced spruce, and I'm also using my worn lipstick. I don't have a whole lot of oxide, but you could use the distress paints too. Tim Holtz, that'll work. Regular stamp pads will work too. It depends on what you like. You know that the Tim Holtz oxide paint, what happens is instead of blending, it sits on top of the other color. Which if you use just the distress paint, it'll blend in like two colors. But it does get activated by water, just the same as the other one does. And but it just sits on top, so you can kind of, if you wanted a little bit more of that spruce in the middle here or on the sides, it doesn't really matter, it'll work perfectly. See, so I kept my fingers clean while I was holding it down, because this paint does stay a bit wet, but it works perfectly. So this is what I use all the time when I'm blending, because my fingers get so dirty, it's incredible. So remember, this is a little tip, could use a piece of washi tape too if it's sticky enough to stay on your tip of your fingers, but it's perfect, not only for masking, but to do what I just did. Now you're going to grab your scissors, or if you have a rough edges like this, but you can also use your scissors. You don't need to have something like that. And you're just going to edge the sides like that. It's just, don't worry if you rip it like I just did. I'm just going to give it character. I'm a little rough sometimes when I work, and that's why I end up having some little ripple edge. But that's just going to give it character, so I'm not too worried about that. And then you can just kind of ripple the ends a little bit, like so. Now we're going to cover most of this because if we weren't covering it, I would spray it with water to give it some blobs, but we are going to cover it with this. Now you know that I'm working on the top of my base for my card, and this is the other card. Now instead of making our card like this, standing up like this one, I'm going to make it this just for a change because I've already made one like that. So all I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to do the same thing with this, is I'm going to edge the side so it'll be in harmony with the other one. And nothing, don't have to do anything fancy, just rip it up. And some people use their nails, you know, it's whatever you want. If you've got scissors, if you've got a small blade, if you've got good long nails. My nails are not healthy nails. As soon as they get to a certain length, they'll split or they'll break or they'll get dry, and especially in the wintertime. But anyway, so you get my drift, guys. So we're going to do this, and we're going to now, I'm going to add it on to this. So all I do at this point is I take this. But before I forget, what I need to do now is put the ribbon across, which is my fault. I totally slipped that in my mind. So I'm going to just add a ribbon across like that. Add my ribbon. I don't know if you can. Okay, let me get back in focus here. Add my ribbon, like so. And then I'm going to add another strip. And then I'm going to add my other one right on top, like that. See how simple that is, guys? Really simple. Really, really simple. And it just enhances that card. It just brings it right up. So now, all I'm going to do is cut off some of the edges. And like this. Nothing fancy, nothing at all. And then I'm going to tuck that in the back by adding a dot. Not a pop dot, but a glue dot. And so I'm just going to add one right there. I'm going to add one right there, so it'll keep it nice and snug in the back. And just run it across like that. And for the little ones, I just add another little dot, a mini dot. But you can use whatever you want. If you have liquid glue, that'll work fine. I just tend to work with something that goes a little quicker. But I don't know if I've ever used liquid glue. I always have some of those things. But anyway, so as you know, I added some tape across the back here. So now, all I'm going to do is I just need to decide, where do I want it? Do I want it here or do I want it there? Just going to ruffle up this just a little bit. This is a 120-pound piece of cardstock I had in my stash here. So it's a little heavier than I would normally use for a card front. But I cannot throw anything away. So, let's see. Let me try it this way. You get what I'm doing? I'm adding the front to this. My biggest thing is to get it straight. My vision doesn't always allow me to do that. But okay, so there I have the beginning of the front, just like this. This is how quick it gets done. Now, all I'm going to do is at this point, I want to add some flourishes. So I'm going to add some to the side like this. So all I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to run my glue gun, my glue tape gun, right on top of the whole thing in the back, because I'm going to have flowers on top, so it really doesn't matter if it shows or not. Do I want it like this or do I want it like this? And you'll probably notice that I didn't add any greetings. It is because you can use it for whatever you want. Normally what I do is I just make a card, put it away, and then I'll add the greeting when I need it, because sometimes that changes. I may want to have, I don't know, a greeting that I don't have, that I don't have made, so this eliminates me having to go searching for a card and start from scratch. Now, I'm going to add a pop dot. Now, I don't know if you realize what I did there, but all I did was my little flower is I cut off the back so it can be flat like so. Added a glue dot. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm just add it down where I think I should put it. No fancy, no design, nothing spectacular. Just typical. Just cut out all my 3 flowers to make it quicker. Like that. They'll fly all over the place. I'm used to that. You may want to stop it. And then I'm going to add another glue dot behind this guy. I like to add in odd numbers. I don't know if that fad is gone. I've always added in odd numbers. 3, 5, 7, you know. But that depends on you, if you like what you see. I've never lost that habit, and I still do it today. So, as you can tell, I'm just eyeballing it, just adding it in wherever I want. Now, these flowers here, at this point, these leaves, I cut them in half. That's what I did on the other card, too. I just cut them in half just so it gives me a little bit more leverage of where I want to put it. I don't need to put 2 leaves at the same place. I may end up putting it there, I'm not sure. But I don't make a big plan. I just add them, you know. Some people sketch their cards before when it comes to flowers, arrangements on the card or not. I don't normally. Now, you know that by mailing this card, this would be more expensive than your regular card, so you may want to think about that. And maybe this would be a card that you would just hand out to someone you love, or somebody's in the hospital, you know, as a greeting card. You're going over for a evening supper and you're bringing a hostess gift. This would make a beautiful card for that. It's because it's very warm and inviting, and yeah, you know, really the sky's the limit. But Shabby Chic is all about layers. You layer, you just cannot layer enough. I love to layer stuff, and I like Shabby Chic. I find it's very, very pretty. I'm not much into modern stuff, not because it's not good. It's just, for me, it doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't warm my heart. Maybe I'm an old soul. Who knows? Now I'm going to take the little paper flower, and I'm just going to add them here. One there, that's 4. I'm just going to add another one. And that is going to take me another pop top. Little. And I'm going to add it, I think. Right here, I think. Do I like that? Yeah, I do like that. See how simple that is? It's that simple. Now at this point, what I normally do, I use Distress paint. It's a picket fence color, but you can use gesso. You can use any kind of paint that is white, a chalk paint, anything at all. And this will be to enhance, to make it even more shabby. As you can tell on these flowers, there's white all over. This is what I do. Now, you could even use some paste if you wanted to, but I like this white picket fence. I just like what it does. And then I just play with the brush while it's still a little bit wet. You can just kind of smooth it out a little bit. And you can add some more. I didn't quite add in here. I like that a lot. Now, if you wanted to, this is how I like it. To me, that's just enough. And I will add my sentiment across here. Like for this one here, I'll add the sentiment probably on the way down this way. Like coming down this way. Or maybe across there. Like I haven't put a butterfly there, so as far as adding a butterfly, you can add anything you want. This one here I'm just going to leave, I could put a little paper butterfly there, but you know what, I think I'm just going to leave it as is. And then all I did is added some good old, no, I didn't add that because I found it was too high. Sorry. I just added my card front to my base, like that. I just find it easier to add it on the base front than I do on the card, because the card is a little kind of loppy at sides, like this. And you have yourself a Shabby Chic card. Now, if you wanted to, you could take just to take away the starkness of the white. You don't have to, because Shabby Chic is very feminine and uplifting. I normally just use my sponge like this, just what I have left over, and voila, I have a Shabby Chic card. I have one that opens like that, and one that opens like this. Isn't that pretty? That gorgeous? Just absolutely gorgeous. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial, and I hope you give it a try, because it's a lot of fun. I've yet to give one out that wasn't appreciated, and you know, you can use that style on anything, in a shadow box, in a collage. You can do anything. It's all in your imagination. Anyway, this is Yvonne, and I'm going to sign off for now. You guys have yourself a great day, but most of all, be happy.